I've been working with corrugated iron for a number of years now, probably 25 years, and I've tried all different things with it, and one of them is screen printing onto flat surfaces, which I then run through machinery to corrugate, and also I make other products with it. One idea leads on to the next, and I find that when I'm working, my inspiration really comes from things I've done before, and while I'm working it suggests other ideas. So I'm always thinking while I'm working, and that's how my ideas often happen. I don't really do drawings for them, or I just make them. I make a whole lot of parts, and then I sort of put them together like a collage. What I like about the cutting is that it's quite mindless, and it's a chance to relax, because you've got, it's quite methodical. It's sort of a little bit laborious, but you've got a pattern there, and I'm just going around cutting out the actual shapes. Sometimes when corrugating, if I don't match up the corrugations and it goes off on an angle, it's quite difficult to get it back, and takes quite a bit of time. I can do it, but sometimes what I do, the sheet might be corrugated coming in this way, and then it might be a slight angle like that because I've stuffed it up, but it doesn't really worry me. Everything I do, I suppose I put about 100 or 200% energy into it. Whether it's big or small, I won't let it leave the studio until I'm happy with it. And I think I have a pretty good eye. And so I'll work and I labour over things to make sure that they work for me. And sometimes you don't want to, you think, gee, that's good, I really like that, I'd like to keep, so in some way it just works and you want to keep it, but of course it's usually a commission, so it's got to go out the door. Sometimes I do keep things, and I might remake something if I really like it. It's wonderful going and seeing some of these works on people's walls or in galleries' walls, and seeing them in a space where they've got space around them, and that's when they really have this magic. And so often I don't see them like that until I install them, if I'm installing them, because I just see them in the studio on a messy concrete paint splattered floor. When I got married to Shona, I made a very small corrugated iron bouquet for the wedding, which she actually had at the registry, and in a way it sort of flowed on from them. So the first bouquet that I made was for Shona on our wedding day, and the idea never left me. Actually, the other thing is, if we talk about that little bouquet for Shona, I've got it here, I could be holding it or something. What I like with the bouquets, making works like this, is when they're finished. I really like, there's a sense of satisfaction out of knowing that you've put it together, you've made it, it's done. It is, look, when it comes down to it, it's all work. It becomes work. It becomes sometimes quite hard work. So it is quite satisfying to see it finished and feel happy about it. So that when it leaves the studio, it's off. I suppose you could say it's just living its own life. But I'm happy with it and satisfied, and then I can move on to the next project.